Hey guys, welcome to Whiskey Wise with me, Jason, bringing you whiskey review number 2, where we're going to be reviewing the Aultmore 12-year-old. Now, as you'll see up on screen, we're going to be reviewing the Aultmore 12. I'm just going to pour myself a little dram as we get started. Lovely sound, love the sound of whiskey bottles. And give you a little bit of information. If you haven't heard of the Aultmore brand before, it's only because it's recently been bottled by the distillery in 2014 when they released the 12-year-old, the 21 and the 25. But let me give you a little bit, take you back to before the year 2000. In 1998 it was sold by Diageo over to Bacardi, and then from then till 2014 it was used in blends of the Dewar's range and also in independent bottlings. So that's probably why you didn't see the Aultmore by itself in its own bottles. But in 2014, I think it was part of the Great Malt range from Dewar's. Great Malt range from Bacardi, Lost Great Malts. They made 20 different malts from the whole Bacardi portfolio, and they decided to make the Aultmore 12 part of them. Now they've released, at the point in 2014, they released the Aultmore 12 for domestic and travel retail. They released a 21-year-old for the travel retail market specifically, which I'm guilty of picking up, as you can see up here on the screen. Aultmore 21. And then the 25-year-old, which was for the domestic market. So I picked that one up last week when I was traveling through the airport. Decided, gotta get a nice little whiskey. I picked up almost 10 whiskeys. I used my full international duty-free allowance for traveling within Europe. So I've got quite a few nice whiskeys for you guys coming up in some upcoming videos. So anyway, getting back to the review, I gotta stop getting sidetracked. Anyway, Aultmore 12. It is a 12-year-old whiskey. All of the Aultmores are bottled at 46% ABV. You can see they're all natural colour. I just want to hold that one up there so you can see it's got a really nice colour. All natural colour, non-chill filtered, and the way you can tell that is if you actually look on the back of the tubing, it says here, natural colour. It takes its colour from our cask's wood, so slight varied hues are normal, which is very honest from Aultmore. And then they've got just underneath that, no chill filtering. We do not chill filter our whiskey. Feel free to add ice, and don't worry if it goes cloudy. So I'll show you that. I'm not sure if it'll be in focus very well, but just over there, you'll see that there. Really nice, and also you probably saw hiding behind it, I've got a little bit of water, just in case. When a whiskey is at 46%, I want to understand exactly the complexity of the whiskey in order to make sure I'm giving you a solid review. So just give it a little bit of a swirl. In terms of, I'll go through in terms of my whiskey way of how I like to review. It's a 12-year-old whiskey bottled at 46% ABV. It is from Speyside. So in the whole Aultmore range, not just the 12, there is no smokiness. So if you don't like smoky whiskies and you're not a big fan of smoky whiskies, this could be something potentially for you to try. And also, it is, in terms of price, it's only around about £43 for the 7cl bottle. That's how much I picked this one up. I picked it up for $42.99. If you're flying through an airport, you might find the 1 litre version of this. And that one in duty free, to my recollection, was $54.99 for the litre. So what I'd suggest, try figuring out which one is better value for you and buy accordingly. Maybe your local whiskey shop, or maybe from the airport. Now, in terms of, is it exclusive? No, it's not. The 12-year-old is not exclusive. But you can pick up, I believe there's an 18 as well, being just been released in the end of 2015. So you can either do that. There's an 18, 21, which are travel retail exclusive, and the 12 and the 25 domestic market. So overall, we're going to start by assessing the colour. And if you look at the colour, straight away I can see it's got what I'd say is like a pale gold, or even like a straw. It's very, very light in colour, and natural as well, which I really appreciate in the whiskey. I like it that Aultmore have defined that is natural colouring, and that's they've given you the non-chill filtering as well. Something I really like in my whiskies. So without further ado, let's go into the nose, understand the whiskey a little bit more. Okay, so also one thing I wanted to get to, they didn't specify the casks on the actual bottling, but what a lot of people have said online is that it is a bourbon refill cask, and you can definitely get that slight vanilla. It's not strong, it's not very bold, it is light, so definitely you can tell there is maybe a refill bourbon. You do get a slight note of vanilla. You get also a little citrus note, and I'm just going to try to define exactly what type of citrus fruit it is. Okay, so interestingly, I get, first one that comes to mind is grapefruit. Get that really bold, and you know when you squeeze a grapefruit peel and you get that nice citrus note that comes off from it, and then I get like a lemon that's underlying over there, but under all that you're getting a little sweet fruitier note, and I'm just going to figure out exactly which fruit, because it is very, very sweet fruit. Ooh, okay, so I'm getting pears in that one. I'm getting almost like, to me it reminds me of a conference pear. It's one of my favorite types of pear. It's like a conference pear peeled and then poached. It's like really stewing, and it's like caramelized, and I don't know, that's something I'm picking up on that. And then a slight note of apple, which is rather interesting. So it's quite a refreshing nose on this whiskey, and light. It's got a really nice nose. Let's go into the taste. Let's see exactly what we're figuring out on the palate. What are we nosing, what we are palating on this whiskey? So wow. Okay, so in terms of palate wise, straight away you're picking up that 46% ABV, boom, straight on the palate. It sort of gives you a little bit of a spice as well. I'm getting a little herbal note as well. What feels like heather, and then it's sort of waxy as well. The palate is sort of coated in a citrus note. It reminds me more of a lemon peel. And if you get this, you know, if you get the peel off a lemon zest, it feels like someone's rubbed that against your tongue, and it's really just coating it and making it sort of mouth filling, but doesn't make it thick. It's light, and wow, that's really nice. I like this. Let's go into the taste number 2. Definitely that spice is evident, and I think with water it'll probably take it down just a little bit, but I'm now, instead of pears, I'm getting apple. And to me it reminds me of a custard apple, literally without, well, you know, take out the seeds, but it feels like that silkiness and creamy. It's a really, really nice palate whiskey to put on the tongue. It's just really, really enjoyable just to drink this one. I think a little bit of water will make it a bit interesting, just to lighten it up, reduce that spice just a little bit. But all in all, initially that sort of waxiness from the lemon, and then that creaminess from the apple. I'm really enjoying this now. So what we'll do is we're taking the nose, the palate. Let's take on the finish and just exactly understand how long the finish is. Now, because it does coat your mouth really well, it does make your mouth water, which I like. I'd say it's got a medium to full finish. Definitely that little bit of spice evident there still, but that citrus note and the apple, the sweetness does creep in just a little bit. And all in all, that is a really enjoyable whiskey. I really enjoy that one. The Aultmore 12 has impressed me, and the 21 yet to be opened, so I'm looking forward to doing a review on that one. I might do that one next. But all in all, the overall comments on this whiskey, not only is it light and it's refreshing, natural colour, but it's also got that bold character. And so initially you feel it's soft, and then boom, the character comes in, makes itself evident, and really know what is Aultmore. And I like how it's a bit fruity but not heavy. It's light and no peatiness whatsoever. So all in all, in terms of rating, what I got over here, I think this is what I want to give it. I'm going to give the Aultmore 12-year-old a 90 out of 100. I think this whiskey is absolutely fantastic. Highly suggested it, value for money wise. 43 for the 70cl is by all means complete value for money. And if you're not a big fan of smoky whiskies, I think you will really enjoy this whiskey. Like I personally really enjoyed it, and I like all sorts of whiskies, so that's one thing that has impressed me a lot, and I've drank quite a few. So by all means, if you're interested in something light but then something also bold in itself, not smoky, the Aultmore I think would be a fantastic choice. So by all means, hopefully you guys have enjoyed the whiskey review. I'm going to try reviewing that 21, and I've also got quite a few unique bottlings as well from Travel Retail, which I'm going to try getting out in the upcoming videos. By all means, if you have enjoyed, by all means, please do drop the video a like, and also feel free to subscribe and follow me on Twitter, where you can always ask me questions. And if you tried any of the Aultmores, please do leave it in the comment section. I'm also going to add the notes with a little bit of water into the information box underneath the video, so you can see that there as well. But by all means, if you have enjoyed, by all means, please do feel free to subscribe and message me on Twitter or in the comment section below, and I'll try getting back to you as soon as I can. But by all means, it's been Whiskey Wise, it's been Jason, and I'll catch you all for the next review.